You can borrow time at the train station's lost hour desk, but you must pay it back. They say there's a desk at the central train station that only appears between 1:11 and 1:17 a.m., a dusty oak booth wedged between platforms 9 and 10, where no booth exists by daylight. No workers are ever seen approaching or leaving it. It looks like something out of an era long gone, brass trim dulled with age, frosted glass, a sign overhead that reads Lost Hour Desk in curling gold letters. There's no attendant until you step closer. Then, suddenly, someone is there, pale, expressionless, eyes cloudy like they've forgotten what seeing means. They'll speak in a voice that doesn't move their mouth. 1 hour, 1 favor. But remember the rules. You can borrow time, you see. An extra hour added to your life, an hour that's completely your own. You can sleep through it, relive a moment, fix a mistake, spend it with someone already gone. You'll remember it clearly, like a dream carved in stone. But when the hour ends, they will collect. The rules, of course, are non-negotiable. Rules to survive the borrowed hour. 1. Do not look at any clocks during your borrowed hour. Time does not flow the same way and acknowledging it fractures the deal. 2. You must be completely alone when the hour begins. If someone enters your borrowed time, they become collateral. 3. Never speak about the desk or the borrowed hour. Even a whisper invites attention. 4. Do not try to leave the place where your hour begins. Doors will not behave the way you expect. 5. You must repay the hour within 7 days. You don't repay with time. You repay with memory. One you don't choose. 6. If you miss repayment, they choose a replacement. Sometimes, it's your reflection. Sometimes, it's someone you love. I borrowed an hour 3 nights ago. It was intoxicating. Time held no power over me. I reread my father's last letter to me. I walked the halls of my childhood home, untouched and preserved like a museum of regret. I kissed the person I never got to say goodbye to. And I cried until I couldn't feel my face. It was perfect. But I broke a rule. There was a small wristwatch on my nightstand. I didn't mean to look at it. The face cracked when I did. The second hand spun backward, faster and faster, then stopped altogether. That's when the walls began breathing. That's when I heard the ticking from inside my own mouth. I went back to the station to try and fix it. The booth was gone. Just empty concrete and an old snack machine humming like nothing happened. Since then, my clocks don't work. My phone refuses to show the correct time. People around me seem off. They pause mid-sentence and stare like they're buffering. I think they know. I think they're watching me for them. I haven't slept. Every time I close my eyes, I see the booth. Only now it's in my bedroom. In my mirror. Behind me on the bus. I have until tomorrow night. That's when the 7 days are up. They don't want the hour back anymore. They want me. And if you're reading this, if you've ever been tempted to get time back, to fix one moment, to relive one goodbye, ask yourself this. What are you willing to forget? Because time never comes free. And the lost hour desk always collects. I thought maybe I could outsmart them. That maybe, just maybe, I could hide the hour somewhere deep inside my mind where they couldn't find it. I avoided all reflective surfaces. I smashed every clock. I even boarded up my bedroom windows after I saw my reflection watching me blink out of sync. But it wasn't enough. Because it turns out they don't need a door to get in. They only need a crack, and regret is full of those. Last night, I found my father's letter in my coat pocket, the one I burned after reading it for the last time during my borrowed hour. It was untouched by fire, the handwriting exactly the same, but the date was different. It was dated for tomorrow, and the ink was still wet. It simply read, "You never left that hour." I screamed. I cried. I ran outside, desperate to prove I was still in the real world. But something was wrong. The city was quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence that feels forced, like someone muted everything on purpose. Streetlights flickered overhead, each one dying as I passed underneath. Every person I saw had no face. No features. Just smooth skin and twitching heads as if trying to turn to look at me but forgetting how. I tried to call my sister. My phone rang, and she picked up, but it wasn't her voice. It was the attendant from the lost hour desk. That dry, emotionless voice that scrapes your eardrums like a rusted blade. "Time's up. We're on our way." I smashed the phone. I ran. But you can't outrun time. Especially not when it's chasing you back. When I got home, my apartment was reversed. The layout was the same, but everything was mirrored. Right was left, left was right. My photographs were all blank. My name on the mail was scratched out. There was a sticky note on the fridge, written in my handwriting. Don't answer the door. Not even if it's you. That was 2 hours ago. Then someone knocked. It was polite. Gentle. Not the frantic pounding of a murderer or the rhythmic thud of an impatient neighbor. Just knock, pause, knock. I went to the peephole. I wish I hadn't. I saw me standing on the other side. But older. Gone. Eyes sunken. Skin paper thin and gray, like a corpse that hadn't realized it was supposed to rot. It smiled, my smile, and knocked again. And it spoke, though its lips didn't move. We always collect in person. I screamed and backed away, but I could still hear it whispering from the hallway, through the door, through the walls, through my bones. I've locked every door. I've pushed furniture against the entryway. But I don't think it matters. Because I understand now. I never left the lost hour. I'm still there, looping that perfect hour over and over again. Only now it's unraveling, and I'm running out of self to give. Every minute, I lose something. A memory. A word. A sensation. I can't remember my mother's voice anymore. I forgot what strawberries taste like. I can't feel cold. Or heat. Or time. That's the price of borrowing what was never yours to hold. So let me leave you with this. If you find the desk, if you see the pale attendant waiting behind the dusty glass, turn away. Don't ask for an hour. Don't ask for a minute. Time is not yours to take. And every borrowed moment is already bought with a piece of you. Because the lost hour desk doesn't just give. It replaces. And the knock at your door. That might be you returning the favor. Because time, once tampered with, doesn't forgive. It multiplies. It infects. I used to think I was the borrower. That I was clever, desperate, maybe even lucky to find the desk tucked away in that quiet basement of the library no one talks about. But now I understand, I was never the borrower. I was the next hour on the shelf. See, the desk isn't a desk. It's a trap. A cleverly disguised inventory system, and you're just another tick in its ledgers. When you sign your name and accept the gift, you become part of its schedule. You become inventory. The attendant doesn't even look at you with interest, just recognition. Like they've seen your kind 1,000 times before. Like they're not giving you an hour, but simply returning one that used to be yours. From a different you. The hours I spent afterward felt wrong. Too smooth. Too clean. Like the world was playing back a recording of itself instead of actually happening. Birds flew in the same direction. Raindrops struck the glass in perfect symmetry. And I never once blinked unless I thought about blinking. I went back to the library. There was no basement. The librarian, a pale man with glassy eyes and teeth too flat to be natural, told me there had never been a basement. That I must be confusing it with another building. But as I turned to leave, I saw the corner of a dusty index card sticking out from the crack in the wall behind his desk. I pulled it free. It had my name on it. Below that, our 62B, pending collection. I hadn't even realized I was on loan. That night, I saw myself again. Outside my bedroom window. Only this time, it wasn't the older version. It was a perfect mirror. Same face, same clothes, same movements. Except it wasn't breathing. It mouthed words I couldn't hear, but I knew exactly what it said. Clock in. I don't sleep anymore. I can't. When I close my eyes, I dream of corridors, endless ones, with clocks for doors and watches for handles. Every tick echoes through the hollow space of my skull. Time doesn't move forward in the lost hour. It spins. Faster and faster until it tears holes in your thoughts. Until the reflection in the mirror smiles before you do. Until your shadow starts walking in a different direction than you are. Until you forget whether you're inside the hour. Or the hour is inside you. So here's the last truth I'll write before the knocking returns. I gave my borrowed time to someone else. I wrote their name on the slip. A stranger. Some poor bastard who bumped into me and muttered sorry under his breath. The rules never said it had to be your name on the return. I thought I was free. But time is clever. Tonight, the knocking returned. But when I looked outside, it wasn't me. It wasn't someone else. It was the attendant. They don't speak. They don't blink. They don't move unless you do. But they reached through the glass anyway. Their arm passed through my window like it wasn't even there. They held up a new slip. Blank. Waiting. There is no end to the hour once it's been opened. It loops. It folds. And eventually, it eats the rest of your life, minute by minute, thought by thought, until you become a timekeeper too. So if you ever feel a strange breeze in a windowless room, if your reflection delays, if the hour on your watch ticks forward and then back again, you've already signed the card. And if the desk ever appears to you in the stillness of night, in a library that wasn't there yesterday, or a building that feels forgotten by reality, don't sit down. Because time isn't running out. It's waiting for you to catch up. And when you do, they'll already have your name.